Good afternoon, traders, and welcome to another edition of Awesomecallstrading.com. How are all of you today? Well, just another great morning from pre-market to, Trump's speech to mid-market and the days, we still got 2 hours to trade. It's been fun. NVIDIA gave us plays, NOGM, Workday was fun, Annette, Netflix, AMN was just a killer trade. But before I begin, I um, want to talk a little bit about the emotions of trading, and I think it's important whether you're a seasoned trader, a professional trader, a well-rounded trader. Trading is a very emotional job, and you need to put that forefront out in the front. All these chat rooms out there can offer you a variety of different ways to trade stocks. Some will show you how to trade a $2 stock and a $1 stock and make 10, 20 cents on the trade. And in those kind of rooms, it's all about percentages. And then there are the other rooms out there, the chat rooms that will they'll play what pretty much everyone else is playing, or they'll play what Twitter's playing. And they're more crowded trades, pretty much. I don't want to say easy to read, but let's just say they're safer. Um, you know. Then there's other chat rooms that are really technical basis, where I mean they're trading, the ETFs and the golds, and they mix a little forex in there and some all these high price put actions and options and the Amazons and the price lines or the bookings. Um, and they don't like to touch the little $20 stocks and $10 stocks. And then there are rooms where, they'll trade 3 or 4 different plays, mostly mid to upper cap stocks. They'll trade, maybe once in a while a $20 stock. Um, and they're usually done in the middle of the afternoon, and then they're finished, or mid-morning, and then they stop trading. And they don't really scalp trade or whatever. And that's kind of the majority of 99.9% of the chat rooms out there. Everyone has either, sometimes they even wake up and they won't even trade. If they see the market down 600 points, they're like, fuck that. Because why? Because their emotions tell them not to trade. And it's not that they're bad traders, because we don't really want to knock any trader down. We really don't. They're just not seasoned. All right. And then you come across a room like Awesome Calls. All right. What makes us different? We do different things. We're different because we are different. We're a different breed of traders being developed. Some of us are seasoned. Some of us are coming up. Some of us are new that want to learn the correct way to trade. Do you realize that Awesome Calls Trading has developed I believe, over 12 chat rooms in the last 2 years? What does that say? What does that say about a room that can do that? Okay. What it says is that fundamentally, you're teaching traders the correct way to read a stock, understand the meaning of the stock, and you're teaching them a way that they can trade it and trade options, puts, and make a bundle of money. You're teaching them how to find swing ideas, finding topping, how to short. You're teaching them how to find a $1 stock and make it 8, or take a stock like a Netflix and gain 8 to 10 points a day. All right. Uh, Not to interrupt, but TNet is coming down really nice. Looks like the 59 level is coming next. So well done, traders that are shorting TNet. But the emotional part of trading is, one, it's trying to find that right fit for you. Is Awesome Calls Trading the right fit? You won't know until you're in here and you spend at least a week or a month in here. Then you'll know. Then you'll know this is the place to be. And you'll want more. You know, as a trader, what excites me more than anything is the next day. I love making money in the trade, but when you're excited to get up to see what you're going to do, there you go. There you go. If you feel that way in your room, then you found a home. But if you feel like when you get up and think, God, what are we going to do? Another 20 cents? I hope I nail it. I hope I can do something. Your emotions take over and you're not as excited. You know, it's funny when you listen to some traders online and how they talk. Like I listened to a webinar the other day where this guy's been trading for 2 years, and when they ask, well, how do you find your trades in the morning? And you know what? And I promise you, you know what the guy said? You know what the guy said? I find my stuff on Twitter. That's what he said. I found my stuff on Twitter. And all I could think of is, God, if I had that trader in our room, how I could just open up his mind to scans, finding trades, fly on the wall, news watch, briefing, you know? But again, when you're joining a room, you're trying to find, do I fit here? You know? And does it make sense what this person's trying to teach me? And more importantly, the more you learn, about trading, the less emotion you become because you become more confident and your emotions are put aside. Okay, so I'm going to give you a really great trade we did. Okay, I'm going to give you two examples, and I hope that you kind of listen to this because they're really, really great examples of one, no fear, and understanding a stock. Okay, and I really want you to listen to these two. These are really two good ones. These kind of trades are not crowded, okay, in a sense that not everyone's going to play them. And 90% of the chat rooms will not play them because a lot of them, they don't understand. What we do in here is really about experience. I mean, you're trading with a gentleman that's been trading for 15 years, who's taken some really substantial losses in the beginning years, has really been down and out, down to the gutter, and basically lost so much money, but then decided to change because what was working wasn't working. So I had to take myself out of the gutter, clean off my plate, put the past behind, and become the trader I've become over the last 10 years. First 5 were the roughest. There was no rooms like this designed out there for a trader like me. Nobody would talk to me as a person or in some cases handhold me. Nobody said, I believe in you, AJ. I believe in you, Anthony. Nobody talked to me like that. I think we're probably one of the very few chat rooms that have developed over the last 5 years that we actually really trade and help traders on the emotional side. And now everyone's trying to do that. Oh, well, I care about you and I feel for you. No, they don't. I got up this morning and I saw a chat room. And the first thing he did was post, buy this DVD, buy this DVD, buy this DVD, buy this DVD. Now, if you're so great, why are you selling these DVDs? Why don't you give the traders, show them what your ability is, show them who you are. So I'm going to show you a trade where when I wake up, I absolutely have no fear. Never. If I lose, you know what? It's part of the game. It's part of the business. It's like when you go to do a job, you want to give it 100%, but you can't always do 100%. Even though you're trying your very best, sometimes you're going to come short. But the next day you might give 200% to make up for what you did the previous day. So I'm going to go over this trade first, okay? This trade is LOGM, all right? So I want you to watch what happened last night, okay? Just an absolute earnings disaster. Lowered the guidance, yada, yada, yada. Now, this trade is down 17, 18 points. I come in the chat room pre-market and I'm watching this 79 level and I'm going, wow, they're holding it here really nice. And in my 15 years of trading, I've recognized different types of chart patterns in a sense that I see that they're really trying to hold a wall here. It might dip a point or two, which is fine. When you're trading an $80 stock, you should give it room. But for me, as a trader, what I'm looking at is simply the fact that, yes, Ripster, can somebody type to Ripster, because obviously he needs to download. Can one of the mods type to Ripster, please? Anyway, LOGM was a stock that I saw this morning. Okay, so what I did is I obviously my experience stood out the most. Okay, but what I did is, again, it's one of those things that I don't have fear. I'm a trader first, more than anything. I'm a teacher. I don't really want to call myself a mentor, um, because I just rather be, maybe I'm a professor. Let's put it that way, because maybe I've traded so many years and I've seen all types of scenarios. So, but when I look at a setup like this and I look how much it's down, my first instinct is I start immediately go to work. Okay, so how does my brain think? Well, I go to my scan, not on Twitter, because Twitter's not going to tell you this. You see my point? How that trader will never be at this level because he's limited his his ability to even know whether a stock's going to move or not. Because Twitter's not going to tell you this. There's nobody on Twitter that's going to give you this information. So I go to LOGM, right? And I punch it up in the morning. And I start scanning. And I look at price target reductions, 95, 85. All right. Cut price targets, right? I'm just going through the whole thing after the earnings. And I'm like, okay, 95 Key Bank, 95 RBC, 90 hold on Needham, right? And I'm going through it. Oppenheimer, lowers and cuts. Bear cuts to 90. See what I'm doing? I'm feeding information to my brain. You see that? Now you can't find this on Twitter. Okay, you have to search for it. You have to do your homework. This is what I do. This is what separates the Awesome Calls subscribers to anybody else, because this is what they're taught. If somebody asks me, how did you know that? Well, pull up the scan that I pay for. Don't I pay that for you? Pull it up the ticker. What are the price targets? Oh, see, instead of like, well, I didn't know that, now it becomes, next time I'm going to do that, AJ. Absolutely. Okay, so you're going through it and you're looking, right? And you're looking at the downgrades. Now I know that I've got a $90 price target. Okay, that's good to know. The second thing I got to look at is, so then I become, all right, so I got that. And then I start reading analyst comments on Fly on the Wall. So I go to my Fly on the Wall, which is right here. And I just kind of just pick maybe a comment or two. And I just kind of get a feel from a tier one firm. What are they looking at? What are their comments? And so I scroll down and I'm looking for LOGM. There's NVIDIA. I'm looking at the comments on that. TNET. I'm looking at the comments on that. And I got an LOGM here from KeyBank. So I'm kind of looking at that. Okay, I'm reading it over rate. I'm lowering it to 95. The company announced multi-year initiative to heavily invest in core growth, identity, and customer engagement. Kurtz tells investors that he remains constructive on key LOGM assets. Okay, so I'm not hearing the negative. So what's telling me is this $17 pull is a little too much. The chart tells me it's pretty much stopped, and I don't think it'll go below 79. But if it does, I'll give it room. Okay, now we go to the trade. First thing I like to do, because I'm not in the room, it's 5 o'clock in the morning Pacific time, is I want to share my idea on Twitter. So I go to Twitter, and as you can see, I take a position, right? And here's my position. Pre-market. I tell you, I'm nibbling long at 78.70. The stock's down 17 points. I think we get some short covering at the open for a few points, and I will give it room. You see that? I'm already in the stock. I've executed pre-market TD Ameritrade. All right. And now I'm in the stock, and I'm going to trade it. Right? So you see the difference between, I don't get up and go, hey, can you buy my DVD today? Hey, can you do this? Hey. Oh yeah, and I shorted a video for like 4 points like everyone else did. Duh. No. I'm going to give you something that nobody trades. And that's what will always separate our room. And not only is this is our number one pick today. And on top of it, we have 12 other ideas. But this is just one. So I tell everyone. Now, whether you take the trade or not, it doesn't matter to me. But I want you to know that I'm going to be held accountable. If this thing pulls and all the trolls come out, hey, you notice that when I'm right, nobody says anything other than the people in the room that are making money? But if I'm wrong, all the trolls come out. What a bad call. You're shitty. You're a stupid trader. You're an idiot. Hey, I don't care. I'm past that. I don't care. Because in my eyes, I'm the best trader in the world. So I only see one thing, money and my way. Just like when you ask a professional basketball player, right? Hey, Kevin Durant, do you think you're the best trader in the world? Best basketball player? Yeah. What's he going to say? No, I think Stephon Curry's better than me. What? You're at that level? Stay at that level. Be at that level. You find what I'm saying? If you're so good, give us a trade. Show us your talent. Make me want to come and trade with you. So that's what I do. So 78.70. Now I want you to watch the trade. You ready to see it? Now here's the 78.70 right there. Long, right there, right there, right there, right there. See how it's holding? Now watch what it did. What did I say? I think shorts will cover. It hit almost 85 a share. 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84. Do you realize it's 6, 7 points in the market? And if you just did the pop at the open, you scored 3, almost 4 from the moment the bell rang. How does that feel? How would that feel from an emotional standpoint that you took 100 shares and you made $400? Not because you did not only believed in the person that you're paying, but you saw his confidence in what he was looking at. The next question you should always ask yourself at that moment is, how did you do that? What did you see? Well, I just told you. I did my homework. I did my homework. I did what I do every day. I research to give me that comfort level. Now, did I go in there with huge size? Absolutely not. But did I go in there with enough size that if it popped, I got paid and pay my bills? Absolutely. I love what I do. And to be a consistent trader every day and never to blow up your account, you have to scale in. You know? Yes, could this drop 3 points? It could have. Did I believe it would? No, not at all. Did I give it room? Absolutely. At least 2 points to the downside. I was prepared for the pull, but that's why I start small. Scaling in is everything. If you go in and it drops a point and you're in 400 shares and your max that you play is 400, you're already done for the day. You've already lost. But if you went in with 150 shares and it pops 3 points, guess what? You made $450. What a great feeling. And you didn't care if it dropped a point because you would have only lost 150, not 400. This is how you overcome your emotions because you can become confident with yourself. When you scale in too big, you're worried. You have anxiety. You can't calm down. You're thinking it will be the wrong trade. But when you scale in 100 shares, 50 instead of 400, now you're open, you're relaxed, you're calm. Now you're dating the stock. I'm going to date you a little bit. I'm not going to marry you, but I'm going to date you. I'm going to see how the date goes. And if the date goes great and you launch 3 or 4 points, awesome. You know what I'm saying? So, now I'm going to take you into another one. Now, I want you to understand the amount of work and research that goes into these calls. These aren't just calls I blab out. You know, I, as a trader in the last 6 months, for me as a trader, I'm developing my skills every day more and more and more. And it's because, and I gotta be honest, it's because of the people that I surround myself with. If I was around moderators that gave really crappy calls and, or just, lackluster energy and they couldn't help me, you don't understand the amount of help I get as a trader just listening to Dark Side or watching B trades or listening to Gianni speak in pre-market, watching Palmer do his videos, Dave the Trader giving us alert. Raphael's taught me the bio world like there's nobody else. You follow what I'm saying? And of course, my man, Fire. I mean, Brad is he's off the hook. Each one bring to the table something very unique for me to learn from. And so when I'm learning from them, I'm elevating my level. So I can only imagine if you're new to trading and you are surrounded by 8, 9 of us, where you're going to be. You can't go down. Think about it. You can't be any worse of a trader walking in here. That's the one beautiful thing. No matter what room you've come from, you can never come in here and not go backwards. It doesn't work that way in here. That's the one thing you get to look forward to. Now I'm going to show you a whole nother level of trading. A trading that no, and I'm talking no, ever a chat room would put. Ever. Okay? I'm going to show you this call here. AMN. Now I want you to see what happened last night. I want you to look at this really carefully. Okay? Now did we play the bounce? Let me tell you something. Palmer came in here, part-time trader, hell of a great trader, good person, helps everyone, you know. My God, he's going to become a legend. And this week, I have seen him grow as a trader and mature as one. For the limited time he gives what he gives us so much. Today, this thing pulled all the way down to 52.53. And right there, Palmer took it long, told the room, entry, and look, everyone benefited from it, even me. And there's nothing like it when you make money on another trader's call. Brandy gave me a call yesterday. It was so off the hook. But now I want you to see what I gave the room. Every night on earnings, and I will do this in every earning season, I will always pick 1 or 2 picks, right? So what I do is I research and do homework. And I really start to really investigate if a stock's going to miss or if a stock's going to or do well. Well, I spent about 15, 20 minutes really studying AMN live. And I did this live in front of everyone. They were listening to me talk. And I was studying. I was pulling up charts. And so then I said, you know what? Okay, I'm going to go short this based on what I read. I'm going to short at $65.10. So I took it short at $65.10 right here last night. All right, before earnings came out. I told everyone I believe the stock will miss. And I even told them the percentage to the downside. So they were going to get a minimum of 6 points to the downside because what I read and the information that I read told me I could get a 10% move to the upside or down. So what is my risk? I can lose 10 points or 6 points, or I can make 6 points. But based on the information that I read, being it was a healthcare service, I felt that they would probably miss. So I put my money where my mouth was and I shorted the stock. After hours, okay, within 20 minutes after the bell, the stock was showing 60.60. I covered. Okay, now I have this belief in my heart, all right, that I like to make 50 cents to $1. If I get 3 or 4, I am so happy. I am so happy, 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 happy. Can you imagine? A lot of traders don't even get a point, much less a half a point, much less 20 cents. But for me, to see 4.5, oh my God. And not only did I get 4.5, I got to share it with everyone. So everyone had the same opportunity that I had. Everyone could have got the same entry I did. But you know what the beauty of this trade was? Not only that, but it came down all the way to $51 this morning. So the people that could not trade in pre-market, guess what they got to do? They got to cover at 51, 52, and 53 at the open. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? Can you imagine taking your first trade in a room on an earnings play given by somebody that's only getting $6 a day from you, and you get 13 points? Can you imagine? 25 shares, 100 shares, 50 shares. That's when you know you found a home. And you know what? That kind of trade will almost change you overnight as a trader, because now you're starting to like, at that moment, and you made money, you're like, I want to know how you did that. If I'm somebody in Awesome Calls, if I'm a new member and I came in and I watched the owner do that, Jesus, I'd be like, how did you do that? I mean, this is worth the $6. This is worth the 197 just to come. How did you do that? And can you do that again? I will find them. I will find them. But my goodness, these are game changers for some traders. You know what it was for me? It was just another trade, another great idea. So it's kind of hard to not want to be or wake up the next day. Could you imagine somebody waking up the next day and you're looking at it and stock's down 57 and you're already down 9 points? I mean, you got 9 points you get to collect. Even if you're 50 shares, you got 450 to wake up to, because the guy that you're paying did the homework. And not only did the homework, he took the trade. And not only did he take the trade, he showed you how to do it. He didn't sell me a DVD. He didn't try to cross sell me. He didn't try to make me believe he was something he's not. He just tried to help me make money so I can pay my bills. Today, I can't tell you the amount of comments I got today, DM. People are saying that I have changed their life and their families. I take pride in that. So I wanted to share these two charts with you, these two trades today, because I think it was really important for you to understand just what you have in a room like this. All right. And when you're surrounded by people that really, really, truly care about you, and I do, I care about everyone in here. I believe it or not, the room is so busy, I can make myself have time to care. When somebody messes up, I take it personally. I think that was a bad call. Did I do something wrong? Did I not give enough time in that? What did I do wrong? Not what the trader did wrong. What did I do wrong? And if I feel like a trader messed up, yeah. Will I scold them? No. I will talk to them. Will I be a little stern? It depends on the trader. Not every trader can take criticism. You have to talk to a trader like you're talking to a human being and saying, hey, my first thing is, what did you do wrong? And you know what the most thing I get more than anything? I scaled in too much. I chased it. Okay? And when you start to recognize your problems and these mistakes you're doing, that's when you start evolving as a trader, because you realize, I'm chasing stocks. I'm getting too emotional. I'm bench trading. I'm not understanding. And really what it comes down to in the end, trading comes down to one thing: understanding the move before it happens. I cannot stress that enough in day trading. If you know what the stock's going to do before it does it, you will be super rich in day trading. You will pay all of your bills for the rest of your life. But in order to get to that level, you have to study, study, and study. You have to give everything to this. Okay? So I'm going to end it with just these two charts tonight. I appreciate that you took the time to listen to this, and I hope many of you will re-listen to this, because being in the right chat room that can teach you everything, and I mean everything, will be the difference of the trader you want to become. Okay? Always remember that. I feel every day that I deliver 250% to this chat room. I'm up every day at 3:30, 4 o'clock. I live on the Pacific side in Bel Air, Beverly Hills, California. I do it every day because I love it and I want to pay my bills. And how do I pay my bills? I pay my bills by trading stocks. I love what I do. And I hope that listening to this webinar will convince you to love what you do as well. Okay? So, with that being said, I want to thank you for joining us tonight. And I hope you listen to this for the next 3 days. I hope that you give us a shot. A couple stocks being pulled right now, Hasbro and Mattel. So I'm going to have to get off the mic and help the traders figure out what's going on. And they're both dropping pretty hard. Mattel got halted probably on the downside. So something is seriously going on. So I want to be there. Thank you so much. And I do hope that you join us over the weekend and come trade with us on Tuesday morning. We are off tomorrow. As you know, it is off on Monday, President's Day. And just click here and just go right in. Don't forget your Discord. We are on Discord as well, and feel free to join. There are currently 767 members in there, and there's 176 online. So I will also give this to the traders in the room, and it's free. Just come on in, sign up, and you're all set. And it's a really great environment, and go from there. So thank you very much, and don't forget to visit us on our YouTube channel right here, Awesome Calls Trading on YouTube. Pick any of our great webinars. You can listen to them all. It's up to you. So take care, be well, and again, thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk to you today, and I look forward to training with you on Tuesday.